This was not on the original calendar, but I did place a Sephora order because there was a couple of things that I wanted. And then while I picked those things up, I picked up some other things that I've gotten a few requests to review. So here we are. I figured I might as well do a video of everything that I picked up. Let's talk about the reason I placed this order. So in a PR package, I got the dang expensive Emi Jay Clip, okay? And they're like $40, you guys. And I knew of them, heard of them. They're very cute, but I was like, I am not paying $40 for a clip. So I got one in PR, and I see the hype. And I placed another order for another one. So the one that I got in PR was the big effing clip, which is the one made for full hair, but I have thin hair, so I wanted their regular Sweetheart size. So I'm only buying one until the next Sephora savings event. This is the one that I'm allowing myself. I will never pay full price again for these clips. I at least want my 20% off, but this one I just thought was so pretty. They have such cute designs. So I wanted to pick up this one, the Sweetheart Clip. Super duper cute. I'm wearing it in my hair right now. Listen to me, you guys. Can you even see that? I did not realize how bad quality the clips I was using were until I tried these. I can literally work out with this clip. It doesn't weigh my hair down. It stays put. I can clip it, you know, throw my head on top of my head, clip it on the side, do a regular like French twist style, and it stays. So I wanted to get the smaller clip because I just felt like this was more appropriate for my hair type, and I love it. So you know how when you style your hair with your hands, right, and you're holding it and then you put the clip in and then it looks different and it doesn't look as good? I swear this clip holds the style that you do with your hand. Like once you clip it in, a hair does not fall out of place. So like $36 is really hard to stomach for a hair clip because I lose these all the time. So we're gonna see if I can be responsible with the two that I have, and if I can be, then I can start collecting them every Sephora savings event, you know, save a little bit of money. But unfortunately, these overpriced hair clips are worth it for me. They're amazing. They hold my style all day. They don't fall, they don't need redone throughout the day. So yeah, I also was in need of some new hair ties. I like the fabric hair ties. I feel like they don't tug and pull my hair out. So I got these ones from Maine. They didn't have like black ones. I wanted neutral color ones. They only have these vibrant pink ones. So I got them because I needed some new ones, but why don't they have black ones? But anyways, I do really like this style of hair ties. I find myself reaching for them because they're just so much more gentle on my hair. And that's it for the hair products. Let's talk about the makeup, because you know I don't need makeup. I needed that hair stuff, but I don't need makeup. But that didn't stop me. So the first thing that I got, I don't know if you saw, but Rare Beauty came out with a tinted version of their brow gel. And if you watch my channel regularly, you would know my all-time favorite brow gel is the Rare Beauty brow gel. So I got the shade Deep Brown, and I was a little nervous about this, but honestly, it's pretty good. It's not a tinted brow gel where you get like brown muckiness all over your face when you apply it. It's not too tinted. It's very subtly tinted, which at that point I'm kind of like, I can just get the clear, honestly. So the tint is subtle. It does darken my brows a little bit, but I still do feel the need to manually go in with a brow pencil afterwards to fill in the sparse areas. So it's nice. It's actually a very good tinted brow gel, but I don't think I need it. I can just use my pencil. So I probably wouldn't repurchase this. I obviously need to use it more. I only just applied it today. The tint was subtle, which I like because it wasn't messy, but then it's like, did I even need it then? So to me, the best tinted brow gel is Jane Iredale. That one like looks like I filled in my brows. This looked interesting. I feel like it must be like a Victoria Beckham dupe, or I can't remember the brand. It's a brand I am not as familiar with, but I got from Sephora Collection the Best Skin Ever Ultra Slim Precision Concealer. Now the texture of this, it's quite thick, so this isn't one that I'm going to use on the under eyes, but I think it would be really, really nice for spot concealing if you have a zit that you want to cover, or the areas that I go in with a synthetic brush. So I don't even know where it is, but you guys know in my makeup tutorials, oftentimes I keep my liquid concealer nearby and I'll use this little synthetic brush to clean up. I feel like this is good for those scenarios. There also is a little brush on the other side, but this I tried applying on my underbrows, and I still needed to use a brush to get that clean edge, but it still was just nice to really pinpoint apply it. And I think it'll be good for cleaning up eyeshadow. So there is a use for this, honestly. I'm excited. It's a bit thick though. I wish it was a little bit more creamy, but I'm excited to continue using this. I got it in the shade 07N, manufactured in Korea. Awesome. I'd been seeing this. I was just curious, so I added it into my basket. This is the Fenty Beauty Sun Stalk'r Soufflé Pressed Mousse Cream Bronzer. I got the shade number 2, Biscotti. It's an interesting undertone, almost like a little yellow, but it's okay on my skin tone. But yeah, it is like a souffle putty consistency. It's very sheer. It has a soft matte application, and I like this. I think if you're oily, this is a good cream bronzer option, and it's still good for my dry skin as well if you want something more powdery but not something like that's going to be as drying. I think this is great for everybody. It applied nice and easily. I don't know that it's a need or must have, but it's exactly what you think you would get out of like a moussey bronzer. So far so good. The color was a tad lighter than I thought it was going to be, but I liked it, and it looked very blurred where I applied it, which I think is what I would expect from a moussey bronzer. Okay, so this I bought because it was a request from multiple of you, but I was very excited to try this. So I picked up 2 of the new NARS liquid blushes. These are the Insatiable liquid blushes. So I got 2 different shades. I think they're quite different from one another. I love this shade Double Dare. It's kind of like a warm beige shade. And I talked about in a recent video, I'm on the hunt for good beige blushes. So let me know down below of any. I feel like beige often pulls quite warm on me. And this does pull a little peach on me, but I think it's really pretty, very subdued. And then I also got Fast Ride, which is just like the flushed pink shade that I've been loving. This is a really, really gorgeous pink. It's like bright pink without being too bright and too unflattering because there's like a hint of rose in there. Now the formula, it's interesting. These have a glowy finish to them. It's okay. Like, I like it. It didn't do anything weird to my makeup, and I think it added a really plump look to the cheek, but I think it's almost a little too shiny. But I need to continue using these, see how they wear, all of that. I liked it. I didn't love it. I didn't have any issue with the quality. I just feel like it was a bit too shiny for my preferences on the cheek. Almost too wet looking. And then the last blush that I picked up from YSL, this is the Make Me Blush blush. This is one of my all-time favorite powder blushes, you guys. I just love the way that it rolls on the skin like silk. I love me a powder blush still. And they launched some new shades recently. I have a few shades, but I saw this one and I thought it was so beautiful. This is a shade 23, and it's kind of like a muted rosy shade. It transforms on the face. Like, I put it over the Double Dare shade from NARS and it looked warm, and then I put it over the pink shade from NARS and then it looked more pink. So I think this is something that can wear well with whatever tone you are wearing. Very pretty and understated. I think this is a beautiful everyday blush color, and I love the packaging. I love the formula. The longevity on this is great. It blurs the face a little bit. This is just a grade A kind of blush. I love it. I did actually pick up a couple other things from YSL. They've launched some new lip products that I wanted to try the formulas of. I picked up their Love Nude Kiss Shaper Sculpting Lip Liner in the shade 102. What is the name of this? Tan Line. What's the name of the blush that I got? Hot Mauve. It is a mauve shade. Okay, anyways, Tan Line. I freaking love this shade. I've only worn it for the morning so far, and it outlasted my lip product that I was wearing earlier this morning, so it seems to be quite long wearing. Nice smooth application, and this is like the perfect everyday lip liner. It's a little contoury, but it's not too brown leaning, so it does have a hint of like my regular natural lip shade. Hopefully the example is doing it justice. I can see this as being an everyday lip liner for me, especially with how long it wore, but it still looked kind of soft and natural on the lips, because I think sometimes with my lip liners, they're a little too different than my natural lip color. This is like what I like in a lip liner, but softer and more natural. So I'm really loving this color. I can see myself using this one a lot. And then I also wanted to try with the K-Beauty trend. They launched the Love Nude Lip Blusher. I got the shade number 6 Naughty Pink. This is such a fun color. I love the packaging. And it is a bright pink, but not too bright. It's still wearable, but it adds a lot of color to the face. It's not a classic rose shade. It is a pink shade, so it is added color to the face, but it's not obnoxious at all. It's fun without being too crazy or too out there. This is such a flattering pink on my skin tone for it being so pink. It does blur over the lips, and I think it's really pretty just lightly patted on the lips for just a little bit of a stain, or you can build it up and get a true vibrant flush if you desire on the lips. Very, very comfortable for it being matte. Very flattering for it being matte because it doesn't blur over the lines completely because it is matte, but it really does minimize them and make the lips look more plush. So I'm actually really liking this formula, and I love, love, love the shade that I got too. I think I talk a lot about formulas on my channel, but I never really highlight shades as much as I would like. So I want to get better at that. And those YSL shades that I picked up on a whim online, I'm so proud of myself because they are so stunning. And then the final product that I got, I don't know what made me buy this. I think I saw a few ads and I wanted to give it a try. I don't like it. This is the new Haus Labs Atomic Shake Lip Lacquer. Maybe I'm not using it correctly. I didn't look up too much on it. I just bought it on a whim because people were saying it lasts so long. You must shake it before use. So I thought I was gonna get a different shade from this because the shade name is literally Sheer Blush. But to me, there's nothing sheer about this. It is quite dark on my lips. So I don't love this shade that I got. I thought it was gonna be sheer. It's in the name. It's quite full opacity. It turns like almost like a deep mauve on my complexion, but it has this weird shine. Now the name is Lacquer, so it does have a lacquered look to it, but that highlights the lines on my lips. So it did last a long time. I was wearing it around this morning, but I'm not sold on this yet. This is a first impression, so I'm leaving the window open for my opinions to change as I continue to use this. But I would say 90% of the time, 80. I'm giving myself too much credit. Like 80% of the time with my first impressions, like I'm pretty on the dot. I know what I'm looking for. So I don't know. We gotta use this one more. But anyways, yeah, that is everything that I recently picked up from Sephora. My hair has been stuck in my armpit this whole time. There's been a lot of good stuff that has launched. I also just did an Ulta haul. So I've been having fun playing with all the new makeups. And let me know if there's anything else you want to see me review. Some of the new makeup that I'm testing, I'm wearing on the rest of my face. And I'm loving it. Like the new e.l.f. powder is incredible, you guys. I'm wearing the new Makeup Forever foundation. Unfortunately, really enjoying the new Chantecaille concealer. I have a Dior eyeshadow. I got a lot of the new on. So we're thick into the testing. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. I will have the products linked down below as well as tagged in YouTube shopping for your convenience. And is there anything else I need to pick up? Any good beige blushes? That is my question. That is my task. Okay. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will find you in the next one very, very soon. Bye guys. Have a good one.
It's delicious.